Namaskar everyone and welcome to Monday on the balcony. It's beautiful Monday. The weather is perfect. There's a nice view of the ashram. The mango trees are in bloom. And the orchid is beautiful. And we have an avocado tree that is right down there. So it's a beautiful day. Yeah, and I'm totally enjoying the beautiful weather. So what shall we talk about today on this beautiful Monday? Well, first of all, wherever you are in our world, whatever the time is in your time zone, whatever the surroundings are at the moment, the beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Appreciating life for exactly what it is. We can want it to be different, but we need to appreciate where it is. I'm just enjoying the stillness of nature at the moment. Well, the stillness is really inside of me because there are various sounds outside, but the inner space dominates. The stillness of the inner space dominates. Yes, always a joy to give you a message of empowerment with the aim to uplift you on this Monday. So wherever you are in our world today, you are in the timeless space of the self, of the changeless self. Yesterday in the darshan, I spoke about your inner nature as being divine, and the God is within. The God that we all want to worship in different ways, that God is within, that God is us. And one may say, how can God be us? Well, God is manifesting in different forms, and they all limit the God nature, the essence. But nevertheless, it's God. How do I know that? Because I've uncovered the essence of my being. And I say so joyfully because you can do the same. We are all divine, whether we know it or not. And that's a very potent message that we need to really appreciate, understand, experience, manifest. And the reality of the now, this moment. No matter what we dream, we can dream of yesterday and live in the thoughts of yesterday or our perceived future. But that, for this moment, is an illusion. Because the past is gone, these are only memories, and the future is only a projection. But the reality is in the now. It's the space, the creative space, to create anything that we want. That's why it is said that we need to be an architect of our own destiny. But more importantly now is the whole idea that my essence is divine, that God is within, and we need to uncover that. We need to uncover that divine essence. We need to know it. We need to realize it. We need to manifest it. So the moment you begin to resonate with this thinking, it is your time to really act upon it and lift your consciousness, expand your consciousness as much as you can. Always look for the edge in expanding the consciousness. How do I see more? How do I perceive more? How do I perceive beyond the physical? And because it's already existing, the reality is already existing. And I say the realities because they're different level. There's the ultimate reality, and then there's the reality of this illusion that we are seeing now, the perceived reality. And as we grow in different stages, the reality will appear to be different. So they're all relative. But the ultimate reality, the absolute reality, is just consciousness. It's just beingness. So the whole idea is taking responsibility. Once we begin to resonate with the knowledge that God is within, that the power of the universe lies within us, that we are connected to that essence inside of us, and it is that essence that is manifesting in and through us, through our limitations, but nonetheless it's that essence, that divine essence that is manifesting in and through us. How can we work towards uncovering that? It exists. It's only a matter of recognition, a matter of waking up to see what we are not seeing at the moment. So in that sense, we are sleeping in ignorance of all that we are. And we need to wake up. We need to wake up. I think the best word is waking up to what we are. Often I would speak about the story of the lion that lived among sheep and saw itself, it was so young, it saw itself as a sheep and bleated like a sheep, but it was certainly not a sheep, it's its perception. Until a huge lion came around and roared, and the poor little thing wanted to run, and he says, "No, hey you, don't run. Come here." And it was so afraid that it came. And the big lion pointed to the water and said, "Look into that." And when it did, it saw a different form to the sheep. Then that was the first waking up of the lion. And then the other one was, the big lion said, but hey, roar, you can roar like I do. And he roared. The big lion roared. And then the little one, a little timid at first, but it roared ultimately, and it never was in sheep consciousness anymore. So the moment you begin to resonate with this thinking that I am divine, that God is within me, the power is within me, the power of the universe is within me, there's more power within me than I can think of. When you begin to resonate with this and it feels right, then you need to explore it, you need to act upon it. And the best way to do that, in my thinking, is you find a guide who knows the way. Not just reading the books, not just listening to conversations of ordinary minds, but looking for one who have found a path and who have found self, have been awakened to self. Their speech is different, their actions are different, their ego is different. They're more selfless, they're more loving, they're more compassionate, they're more kind, they're more forgiving, they're non-judgmental. Those are the ones we need to follow. And the great thing is that when we come next to those who have elevated consciousness, the mere fact of being with them with an open mind and with a genuine desire to know more, that makes us receptive. That makes us receptive to their energies, and then there is that transfer of energy, the transmission of energy that happens. It's very natural. It's called Shaktipat. In magnetism, we call it induction. And water flows from different gravitational levels, and electricity flow between a potential difference, level of electrons. So it's very natural with energy to flow. But when we come into the field of someone who is very strong and emitting very strong energies and carries a very strong energy field, our field becomes awakened. Our field begins to be excited, as we say that word in electricity and magnetism. There's an excitement in the field, and a change starts to happen in our own field with the aim of lifting, to equalize, to bring an equilibrium between the two fields. And that is what happens in the disciple-guru relationship, a master relationship, until both disciple and guru in oneness. So this mystical initiation is what I've experienced, and the phenomenal guidance of the divine energy within my own being. So I understand that there's a divine power inside, there's a divine energy inside that guides. So we need that kind of awakening, to realize the God within, to realize the power within, to know it, to realize it, to manifest it. We need that awakening. And then we need to do the work. It's an exciting path, absolutely exciting. It's the path of Siddha Mahayoga, or Kundalini Mahayoga. So the whole idea is taking responsibility. Don't leave it to a God outside. Take responsibility for your own uplift. Own, and I'm saying this in a metaphorical way, own the baggage that you have, and then learn how to shed it, how to unburden your consciousness from old baggages. And that's our duty. The Bhagavad Gita says, of the Hindus, it says, lift yourself by yourself. For yourself can be your friend and yourself can be your enemy. So lift yourself by yourself. And the Buddha said that. Be a light unto yourself. Do not rely on others. Be a light unto yourself. And the Christ said, you are the light. So we need to really take responsibility for what we have created. And don't blame anyone else. Don't blame the universe around you. Don't blame anyone else. Every day, we are creating impressions. They're called samskaras, deep impressions from the relationships that we have with the world outside, or on the inside as well, with ourselves. We create these deep impressions, these patterns of habit, and we program that into our minds and into our bodies. And we don't see that when repeated action and identifying with those actions, becoming those actions, create patterns in the mind, in the mental, emotional, vital field. And these patterns stay with us, and it is up to us to dismantle them. But first we need to see. So we need to take responsibility for what we have made ourselves into at this point. And we need to take the responsibility for transforming that. Don't leave that responsibility to anyone. Take the responsibility. It doesn't matter how much the world outside triggers you. It's more important to find out, why am I triggered? What is the weakness within me that triggers me? And we need to find that out and act upon it. Strengthen ourselves until the world outside of us cannot impact us anymore. But we can influence it, obviously, to make it a better place. So this is my Monday talk to you. The divine is within you. Your essence is divine. The power of the universe lies within you. Wake up to realize it and to know it. And lift yourself by yourself. Accept what you have created of yourself over time, over lifetimes, and work diligently, dedicatedly to transform the inner space. It's your responsibility. So I hope that I have inspired you this Monday. It's always my aim to inspire you, to uplift, to empower, to guide through my own experiences and awareness. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar.